Hey, sports porchers, it's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back with analysis of the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Ottawa Senators. Well, tonight the Pittsburgh Penguins hit the road after an abominable, the worst homestand in the history of the team, and the worries continue. Tonight they get shut out by the Ottawa Senators 4-0 in a game where really there was a lot of changes, but honestly, just the same old results. Tonight, they tried Kevin Hayes with Ben Kindle and Rutger McGroarty on the third line. And let me tell you, it was an absolute loser. A fail, fail, fail. They tried to put Tommy Novak on the second line with Mantha and Brazeau. That was also a fail. They got Heinen on the fourth line with Dewar and Achari. Also a fail. Rax and Crosby and Rust all play together. They got no points tonight. Honestly, it looks like they were just going through the motions out there. They look like they're in the biggest funk I've seen this team in a very long time. It's frustrating to watch. I'm not going to lie. I just don't know that there's anything that they can do about it right now. Low shot totals. I was looking at some of the stats. Sid's been scoring, but the defense has been horrible. Wotherspoon, who's a +4 on the year, coming into tonight, was a -6 since Toronto. Carlson, who was a +1 on the year, is a -7 since the Toronto game. I'm kind of using that Toronto game as a bellwether, even though after the Toronto game, they did win a couple games before they went on this 7-game losing streak. Low shot totals again tonight. At one point, I think they went about 18 or 19 minutes without getting a single shot on goal. Only 1-0 after the first, and then in the second, they just got blown out, to be completely honest with you. And the other thing that's definitely worth noting, you probably already recognize this, they have not won a game since Gino and Lazat have been out of the lineup. I think those two guys clearly were the guys on their line that, made everything work. I thought Brazeau would be okay, with other guys on that line, but clearly Gino is the guy on the second line that makes it work. And Lazat is absolutely the water bug on that fourth line with the speed and the energy that makes that fourth line run. Achari just doesn't look like he wants to hit anybody. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's hurt. Not really sure what's happening there. But tonight, I'm going to get back to some highlights. I was looking at the Utah game. I had to go back to the Utah game, and I know that's before the Edmonton game. I don't actually think that tonight in the Edmonton game there's anything worth looking at. But there were some good things that were going on in the Utah game. I want to contrast them against some of the bad things that can happen. And that's going to be the highlight of tonight. So tonight I'm going to try the split screen. So I believe I'm able to get my look. I finally got a pointer working. The key to this is you share your screen, your whole screen, and you can get your pointer working. So I'll be able to show you what's going on here. So right now I got 2 games. I got 2 points of the game up. This is when the Pittsburgh Penguins on the left-hand side were winning 2-0 with about 15 minutes left in the period. That was in the second period. And then this is in the third period after Utah has already scored 2 goals with Pittsburgh, being up 3-0. Utah has already scored 2 goals. I want to show you a little bit of how I see the defense has been playing. Okay. So we're going to start with the good first. So this is up here is essentially where the Pittsburgh Penguins the Utah Mammoth have basically got the puck in the zone. Right now they've got it rolled around and basically the puck's right here with this guy. Okay. So I want to show you 2 things. First, the positioning. This is good positioning. They got guys all over the ice. This guy's going to cover this guy. This guy's going to try and stop the shot. This guy probably a little bit out of position. He should be over, but that's okay. And there are 2 guys in the corner that are off the screen right now. Let's play it forward. Okay, so nothing happened. Guy got over, blocked the shot, and look, They got 5 guys on the ice. They're all spread out, just like, Utah's all over the ice. Everybody kind of has a guy. They're playing a zone. Usually it's a 2-3 or a 2-1-2, depending on what is happening. They'll pick a guy and they'll kind of follow him around. Let's see what happens. Okay, so once again, nothing much going on. Pass down into the corner, not really a shot on goal. But look, the Penguins are all right here in the center of the ice. Got 3 guys up here. This guy's going to go after the puck. He's got him. He's got him. He's got him. This guy's a little bit behind this guy in the front. I'd rather see him taking this guy out. You can see his stick there, but still, nonetheless, great positioning. So once again, you heard they've been out on the ice for a while. What happened? Sid blocks the shot. It gets out of the zone. What are they going to do? They're going to make a change. So let's see what happens when they make the change. Okay, right there. All Utah did was they just tried to dump the puck. So Rusty stayed on the ice. Defensemen have to stay on the ice when that happens. But Letang was fast enough to get to the puck first. That's good. When you get to the puck first, that means you're going to control what's going to happen. He's kicking it around. The puck's actually right here. He's kicking it back around to Shea. Smart move. Don't try and go up. You got 3 guys here. Take it along the boards. Let's see what happens. Okay, right there. So Shea gets to it. He looks up the ice and he sees a guy streaking. You can't see him, but you're about to see him. He sees the guy streaking. He's going to hit him with a pass. So there you go. So you have good defense, good pairing. You get to the puck, you get it out of the zone. In that case, Kindle's coming onto the ice because Sid was going off. He sees him. He hits him with the pass. He gets a breakaway. They score a goal. They're up 3-0. Let's fast forward to the third period where Utah's already scored 2 goals. In this particular instance, who's in goal here? That's Murashov. Murashov just made a save. They're going to get a face-off in the Pittsburgh Penguin zone. Let's watch it. Okay, let's stop it right there. So right away, Utah wins the draw. Okay, I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Utah wins the draw. Okay, so here you go. These guys, what is this? What the hell is going on here? You got 4 guys all jumbled up right here in the center of the ice. This guy's wide open, and he goes to try and get the puck, but this guy's going to make a play. I think he makes it down to the boards. Let's see what happened. That's right. That's what happened. So he just dumped it. These guys are chasing. They're going to get to it. For some reason, Graves here gets stuck in the goal. He can't make it back there. And you've got 4 guys right here chasing 2 guys. That's a problem right away. That's a problem. Let's roll forward. Okay, so Graves actually got to the puck. But what did he do? He just dumped it in this area. Not a terrible idea. This guy has got to get to the puck. If he doesn't get to the puck, there's going to be a problem. Why? Because look at all these guys over here. 2 guys, 3 guys back here. Really 4 guys on 2 guys here. Not good. That means you got extra guys over here somewhere. They're not on the screen, but I guarantee you they're over there on the ice waiting for the puck. Okay, and I believe that's Nola Chari. Could not get to the puck. You have to get to that puck. You have to hustle. You have to get to that puck. When things go bad, that's what happens. Pittsburgh Penguins are not skating fast enough to get the loose pucks. They get to that puck, there's no danger. Now he gets the puck. You've got 4 guys over here on 2 guys. He's kind of watching him. He's kind of watching him. But guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4 Utah guys. Guess where the 5th guy is? He's on the back door. Watch what happens. I'm going to pause it one more time before I play it out. Okay, here is a big problem. He gets it out to this guy on the point. He can stop this from happening, but look at all this free ice over here. This is just a big problem because Kevin Hayes decided to skate around here. Uh, Graves got to get to this guy right here in front of the net for sure. But Kevin Hayes decides to skate around here. He gets tied up. He can't do anything. He's not, and Kevin Hayes is not a fast skater. He's not going to get there in time. Watch what happens. And that's exactly what happens. Every friggin' time. Every time you see it, that's what happens. I got to take this off because it's just driving me nuts. So that's what happens. The difference here is we score. The difference here is they score. And honestly, that's the big problem with the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. They've got they make those dumb boneheaded plays. They can't get the pucks, and when you can't get it out, of the zone, guess what happens? Those things exactly. So the last thing I want to do before we take off is there's been a lot of talk about where Pittsburgh Penguins are in the standings, et cetera, et cetera. You know me, the Hockey Jesus. By the way, if you like what you're seeing, smash that subscribe button. I love to do these highlights, and I most likely love to show you this spreadsheet that I've created because it normalizes what's going on. There are teams that have 35 games, teams that have 32 games, and you can't trust the standings the way they are now because of this. I, your Hockey Jesus, have devised a beautiful spreadsheet that takes care of that and can show you exactly where the Pittsburgh Penguins are in the standings. Now, this doesn't include tonight's game, but we're going to play a little bit with the spreadsheet to show you what happens when you lose a game and the standings are so tight. Let me pull up my screen. Okay, so the last time we were doing this, it was almost the end of November, and you can see the Pittsburgh Penguins down here had 99 points. Tampa Bay, Montreal, Ottawa, New Jersey, Carolina, Philadelphia, Pens, Washington in the wild card positions. Well, since then, this is as of yesterday, so this doesn't include today's games in today's Thursday, November 18th, I believe. Yes, Thursday, November 18th. So it does not include Thursday, November 18th games. Tampa Bay, you can see, still at the top, but not trending as many points as they were last time. Detroit made a big move. So Detroit was down here at 89 points. Now they're only at 96 points, but they made a big jump up here. Boston also made a big move down here at 88. Now they're up here at 96. So Detroit and Boston have been having win streaks lately. And the Metro, Carolina, still in the playoff position. Philadelphia was in a playoff position. They're still in the playoff position. Washington moves up a little bit. Jersey is the big loser here. They were trending for 113 points. Now they're only trending for 94 in 34 games. So the last 10 games, they have been playing well. They've been hurt, and that's been a lot of their problems. But look at the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here they were at 99. Everybody was pretty happy about where they were, I believe, at the time. And where are they now today? They're down a little bit, but they're still right on the cusp of a wild card position. But the problem is, look, Penguins at 95, Carolina trending 114, 103. 103 is still within reach. 99 is still within reach, but Carolina's starting to run away with the Metro. No surprise there. They do it every year, it seems. But look at all these other teams down here. Pens have 95, but look at all the 94 and 90 games. These are all within reach. Columbus is falling a little bit behind. And if you look at the standings the way it are, I believe the Rangers are up here much higher. But with 35 games, they're really in big trouble because they don't have enough points for playing that many games. So tonight the Pittsburgh Penguins lost. Okay, so let's give them a loss. They don't gain any points. Ottawa got the win, right? So they get 2 points here. And watch what happens. Boom, just like that. Now the Pittsburgh Penguins are tied with Ottawa just because of that one loss. That's how close the standings are right now. And that's the problem with the Pittsburgh Penguins losing 7 games in a row. That you do one thing like that, and it's costly. And they had a chance to really just win one game, just beat Ottawa. Keep them down there where they belong. Now, Ottawa's got a couple game streak. They would have been reeling before, but that's the way it is. MK's in the house. Hey, MK, good to see you again. Hot take for the video. I actually don't really care about Sid passing the Marion total points. I think it should have been done a while ago. You know what? You're in the same boat as Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby doesn't care about tying Mario Lemieux. Yeah, it's a big milestone, and they'll celebrate it, no doubt about that, when it happens, and they should. But Sidney Crosby cares more about winning hockey games than he does about being the all-time point scorer for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Maybe at some point in his career, he'll look back and say that was a great accomplishment, because it will be a great accomplishment when it should happen, hopefully in Montreal. He didn't score any points tonight, so he's still 1 point behind Mario for that lead. He's still got some other things to catch Mario. That's goals and stuff like that. But what I think is happening is he will do it. You're hoping for him to pass Ronnie Francis total points in less games played. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So that's an interesting stat there, MK. Glad to see you're here tonight. And if you aren't here tonight and you have been watching this, please smash that subscribe button, because I am here after every single Pittsburgh Penguins game. That's right, every single Pittsburgh Penguins game. That will include the next game when Pittsburgh plays at Montreal, Saturday, December 20th. They got a home-to-home with Montreal. They play in Montreal. They play at home. Dads are on the road today with the boys. They didn't see a good game, and that stinks for them. But hopefully they'll get a bounce-back game in Montreal. Maybe go get some poutine or something. Get it out of your system, boys. But we got to get off this 7-game losing streak. Got to get a win in that win column. We're sliding. Still, playing for that last wild card position. But, boy, it doesn't feel really good, does it, right now? All right, Pittsburgh Penguins fans. I'll catch you Saturday night. Enjoy your hockey. I'll see you in the next one.